Since we are on a hot seat already, what's your name, man?
Clarence, father.
Clarence. Okay. Clarence,
Yes, father. It's a confession, father.
after all that has been done to you,
What are my feelings?
yes, what are your realizations? Let's do some processing sa mga activity.
Yeah, I think it was, for me, it was hard to really catch the person doing that. So I was not really familiar with the game. And then, nasakpa lang sa anak ko, si Ron pa dyan akong naigon, si Dana. Like, I really saw it like kani. Pero the rest, kaya murag, wala dito kita pa, tingnan niya,
Now let's katong si what's your name, Nene?
Neil.
Neil. Neil. Okay, what are your realizations?
First time kita na nagawa kita.
Ako siya. Floin kayo niya.
Kasi observan ako.
Mo naging beginner's luck.
Yeah, it's important nga magbantay ka if mag-anticipate ka. Like knowing the next move and something because you know the flow naman. So if you see somebody tapping the other person, so you'd expect that person will tap the other one. So bali mag-anticipate ka. So ang imong tawgon na tao is katong padong na. So mao gibuhat kita ako ni Kisi, gitap siya. So nagbantay, nagbuhat ko nga moabot ni Clarence.
Ako today yung area.
Hindi, ikaw rin grade
Mo dahil father, may malaki na bata.
Wala siya magkabasa ni Ate Christina.
Gusto ko niya na. Si Christina na siguro.
Anticipation and planning.
Daddy ko, adi niya.
But also remember that that game was also to make you realize something about being connected.
Yeah.
Nga, lisod gud kayo from the perspective if you're outside, if you're not part of the group,
Yeah.
lisod kayo i-connect. Nga, lisod sad kayo tanaw nung sa inahitabo. No? So, yes, there is an anticipation, and when you connect with one another, you really have to anticipate nga from time to time you will really be tapped. No? You will really be cold. You will have to make some sacrifices. Okay? And sometimes, ang katora, masakpan sa sacrifice, well, mat nga ikaw himong sacrifice in the end. Okay? But that's part of being a leader, that you have to make some sacrifices. Okay? So, we already have established kaning Christ as our head. Okay? And our leadership naa sa mga youth, and we are going to bring Christ to the youth. And in order for us to really bring Christ to them, first and foremost, we have to be connected with Christ. Okay? We have to remain in Christ through katong tulo ka Cs. Collaboration, communication, and connection. And our goal will always be to serve as leaders. Servant leadership. We are made for service. Okay? So our leadership is not a command. It's not commanding people, but serving people. That is the kind of leadership that Christ has. The leadership to serve. Okay? So our goal here is to bring Christ, to go to Christ through service. Okay? Through service. And of course, ako naghingon ninyo giniha nga it's really a sacrifice. No? Sacrifice yun na siya. Okay? There is the sense of sacrifice. Every leader needs to sacrifice himself. Sometimes, sacrifice na ato time, we sacrifice our efforts, and then also be aware that in being a leader, not all the times nga kamoy kinahanglan mo hatag sa plan. And not all the times that your plans will be realized. Sometimes people will criticize you for your plans. Remember, you cannot please everybody. So learn to accept and learn to sacrifice sometimes, even if ang sacrifice para nimo is really with pure intention or not. Masakit mong yun na i-let go ang mga butana kay bawal mo ng sakto. Diba? Especially when you are choosing between two good things. You have to let go of one good. That is a sacrifice and that is painful. More painful than just choosing what is good and what is evil. Dali naman. Pero choosing between two good, that is, of course, requires sacrifice on our part. Okay? Then, second thing would really be akong ingon ng ginihas sa akong quality sa gospel is about empathy. Okay? If you are connected with one another, if you want to collaborate, you want to feel each other. You want to put your shoes, no? You want to put your shoes or your own self into the shoes of other people. Okay? The shoes of other people. And that is empathy. Naapoy laing word which is sympathy. Pero sympathy is simply to feel them. Maluway ko niya. I pity you. I feel you. But empathy is deeper. It's more profound. No? You just don't have to feel the person. You are there for him. Okay? You embrace him. And of course, you do something nga ang imong feelings mag-translate into action. Isod man sad sa feeling ka na lang pupog, wag nagibuhat. Lain lagi yung kilay sa okay. So, wala siya. And then, you have also to treat each other with respect. Okay? So, a leader, first of all, is a good follower. And a good follower respects his leader. And so, if a follower becomes a leader, he would also respect his members and his fellow leaders as well. Yun na siyang respetahan. Show your respect. Show your connectedness. Show your communication, your collaboration through respect. Because you can never communicate, you can never understand each other without respecting each other. Okay? And then, usasad sa mga characteristics of being a leader would be courage. Okay? Would be courage or what we call valiance. Valiance. Or courage. That you will be bold enough to make decisions and to stand for the decisions you have made. Not all decisions will be perfect, but what is important is that you have stood for your decisions and you will not leave others behind because of the decisions that you have made. So, valiance. Ini siya. Ini up, up, then down. Okay? Up,
Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Down.
up. Again.
Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up.
Down.
Down.
Confusing. Sige. Again.
Up. Down. Up. Down. Down.
Out.
Down. Okay? Again. Okay ba? Up, then down. Okay? Sige.
Up. Down. Up.
Down.
Down. Down. Down. Up. Down. Up.
Down.
Huh?
Sige. Isa.
Tanaw na to.
Oh my God. Nagkamot pa sa ni. Hindi ko uploading ka wala. Hindi mo kayo sa kong kape.
Again. Up.
Down. Up. Down. Down. Up. Down.
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 Sakto. Okay.
Up, down, down, down.
Up. Nice. Ganun.
Okay, okay, sige. Sige,
Ah,
balik.
sige, sige. Up.
Up, down.
Up.
Up.
Basta.
Sige.
Balik-balik.
Up, down.
Up.
Uy, wako kasi.
Sige, sige.
Sorry.
Let's hear some guests nga naman. What's the reason behind?
Kanang imo expression father kay
Okay.
wala kung imo up kung up imong kwan kay imong namon ang kung happy ka up kung down imong expression kay kung sad
See?
yun sa down.
So wala diri naa sa akong expression. If I smile, that would be up, and if I frown, that would be down. Wala diri.
Okay.
Ilan. Okay. You know, sometimes in our life, no, as Christians, makailat kay ta. No? Kay kung ari ta sa up usahay murag ang pananaw sa tao, we are at the down. Meaning to say, the principles, our being Christians, our being able to follow Christ would not reflect on our lives we live. We are living double lives. We say this, anak, murag hypocrite ba? We say this one, nga up, pero deep inside, we are down. Up ang atong ignorant, pero down. So as a leader, you have to reflect all the principles, all the Christian principles, the values that Christ has taught us in our lives. Okay? And that is what we call integrity. Okay? Integral. No? What we are in the church and what we will be outside the church would reflect the same goal, would reflect the same Christ, and would reflect the same principle. Okay? So muna. May kaita diri sa simbahan. Pero inikabot ay dito sa gawas, we become monsters. Okay? That's integral. And that is one thing that the leader should remember. And we should also be cheerful. Smile ba? Pero of course, ang atong cheerfulness, dili pareha sa smile sa dog. Di ba kabantay mo ng dog smile or crocodile smile? Dili sa. Dili po nang papansin. Patagan obvious. Cheerfulness means that deep inside, whether we are happy or whether we are undergoing some challenges, we strive to be cheerful. Okay? And cheerfulness is very contagious. Okay? A leader who smiles will have smiling members. Mga photogenic or Photoshop-genic. Photoshop-genic. No, mga talent-genic. Filter-genic. Meaning to say that daghang challenges we manage because we want also other people to be happy. Nga dili ta mga mungta sa atong leadership, mga mungta in proclaiming Christ to other people, but dili nato sila among-amungon sa atong stress. No pressure. Wala pressure. No? Smile. One saint said nga, if you really want to mortify abstinence, kanang fasting, if you really want to make some sacrifices, you smile. Ingon sa usa ka santos. You smile. Because that is a great sacrifice to make. Smiling. Being cheerful. Kana bitaw bahalag na kay kuan because of your want nga di na pud madama yung ubang taon nimo. You manage to make them, you ease their burden. Okay? You ease their burden. Dili ka nang iniabot na ni mata nimo. Ngayon, nagabot din mo sa trabaho, bukod na sir, bukod, kita na. So that will be the cause. And you are the cause and that will be the effect to the people around you. And then a leader who has always a good disposition, a cheerful disposition, mas dali mahuman inyong meeting, mas gamay ang yaw-yaw, okay? And mas flowing tanan because you are there carrying that. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. You know that, okay? But we are challenged to do so. Cheerfulness. And of course, kinsa gani ang source of leadership? Christ. And then, di ba, we connect with Christ through our prayer. Am I right? Pero, what is the best way that we can connect with Christ in prayer? The Eucharist. The Eucharist. Always remember to go back to Christ. We ended with Christ, we begin with Christ, and we end with Christ. Okay? So sa ato pa, our leadership will always begin with Christ and would end with Christ. Especially in our receiving the Eucharist. Because our goal is to proclaim God's message, to proclaim the message of Christ to the people. Mura mong gitna, we are just instruments. Dili kita ang bida. Okay? The protagonist here is Christ, our Lord. And in bringing the message of Christ to other people, the leadership that Christ wants us is to be of service. Is to be of service. Service. S-E-R-V-I-S. Sacrifice, empathy, respect, resilience, integrity, cheerfulness, and the Eucharist. Okay? That is the kind of leaders you're made for. That is the kind of leaders we are for. And that is the kind of leaders that we have won the same goal to proclaim God's message to the youth in our way of serving them through our own example of sacrifice, through our own example of empathy, through our own example of respect, of valiance, of integrity, of cheerfulness, and through our worshiping, the way we worship the Lord, the way we dress, the way we go to church, the way we act during the Mass in the Eucharist. Mauni ang atong example na ihatag isip mga youth leaders. And this is our core, these are rather our core values to be able to give service. Ningon na ganun sila, leaders are not born, they are made. Meaning to say, it's practice. We make the habit of practicing our own leadership. We are not born to be leaders, we are made to be. O ganun, niingon si naiingon nga, God does not call the worthy people. Rather, He makes worthy those whom He calls. God doesn't call the worthy people. Rather, those He called, He makes them worthy. So it's already 11:55 and my time has ended. So I hope you have learned something from me for this very short. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. Really, I don't know if you have any question today.
Yeah.
I think the dynamic you use and everything help us to understand better, no? The knowledge. But if you have any question, you can, or doubts, or any ways, or I don't know, from your experience, no? With the mission.